4,200 clues have come and gone in the history of this show, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this, the 156th episode of the most magical game show on Earth. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and this is Disney Jeopardy. Last week, the final Jeopardy category was the underrated Emperor's New Groove. If you haven't seen that movie yet, you are about 26 years late, so go do yourself a favor. Check it out. It's way ahead of its time and so funny. One of Disney's funniest films ever. It leads us off as we take a look at the board and see what episode 156 has in store. After the Emperor's New Groove, we've got Name the Face. Your third category, Genie's Friends. That's followed by your theme park category of Dinosaur The Ride. May she rest in peace. And finally, the Club DJ member category of the week is Punchlines. Who doesn't love a good punchline? Over half the votes go to the category with Voices in My Head coming in second place. If you haven't figured it out yet, Punchlines isn't going to be about jokes, but instead, punches that happen in different Disney films. And with that, it is now time for the easiest round of the game. It's the cupcake round. Serving you up some easy clues to make you feel comfortable about this game before I rip that confidence away. Let's check out the first clue of the game from Emperor's New Groove. Before saying, "Bring it on," Cusco asks Pacha to confirm that there is this at the bottom of the incoming waterfall. I always say that The Great Mouse Detective is the most underrated Disney movie, but Emperor's New Groove might have something to say about it. In terms of the answer to the first question, it is sharp rocks at the bottom.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge waterfall.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Most likely.
Bring it on.
Booyah! It's now time for Name the Face. Disney, of course, as a company, and PIXAR have used a number of famous celebrities to voice some of their most iconic characters. I will show you a picture of a celebrity or actor who has voiced a character in a Disney or Pixar movie. You'll just have to tell me what their name is. Here's Name the Face for 200. Along with starring in SNL, she voiced Aunt Cass in Big Hero 6 and Daniela in Luca. The answer is Saturday Night Live legend Maya Rudolph.
That's my nephew! Woo! My family! I love my family!
It's now time for Genie's Friends. I will be showing you a tiny clip from the film Aladdin where Genie transforms into a random celebrity. You'll have to tell me who Robin Williams was impersonating in that clip. Here's Genie's Friends for 2. Or should I say, here's Genie.
Here's the deal. If you want to court the little lady, you gotta be a straight shooter. Do you got it?
What?
There's a good chance that this was Robin Williams and Genie's most popular impression in the film Aladdin. He was impersonating Jack Nicholson.
Say, Lloyd, it seems I'm temporarily late. How's my credit in this joint, anyway?
Your credit's fine, Mr. Torrance.
That's swell.
All right, moving on now to the theme park category. If you've been sleeping under a rock or a giant asteroid that destroyed most life forms on Earth, then you might not know that Dinosaur is dead. Yes, sad day. The beloved e-ticket attraction from Animal Kingdom will be replaced with an Indiana Jones ride, which I think is absolute baloney. That's what I said there. So what am I doing? I am making Dinosaur and Dinoland USA live one more day via this category in Disney Jeopardy. Let's check out the first clue. The final question Dr. Seeker asks at the end of the pre-show. I feel like this is the quintessential question that riders need to expect every time they watch a pre-show for a thrilling attraction at Disney. That question was, what could go wrong? All right, it is now time for the final clue of the 200-point round, meaning it is time for punchlines. I will read you a quote from a Disney movie that either occurs right before a punch or right after a punch. You will need to provide me with the two characters involved in the physical altercation. I'm talking about the one who punches a character and the one who receives the punch. Here we go. The only frozen heart around here is yours. Whoa! Who punched who here? I would say it's the most famous punch in a Disney feature animation film. It occurs in Frozen, if you couldn't figure that out. Who threw it? That would be Princess Anna, and she clocked Hans.
The only frozen heart around here is yours.
Whoa, let's rewind it and pause it right in the sweet spot. Yep, look at that. Hans has seen better days. All right, it is now time for the 400-point round. I gave you some cupcakes already, so I'm not going to be so kind anymore. It's Emperor's New Groove. While in the jungle, a small squirrel does this to try to wake up sleeping jaguars next to Cusco. Nothing like seeing someone get some sweet, sweet revenge in a Disney film, and that's what occurs here. After Cusco was we'll call him a jack llama, to the squirrel got his revenge by popping a balloon to try to wake up the sleeping jaguars.
No.
That was a talented squirrel. He does balloon animals too. We move on. It's Name the Face for the second time. Not only does this actor voice Cornelius in Meet the Robinsons, but he actually appears in the film as well. That's right, it's one of the few instances in a Disney feature animation film where we see a photograph of an actual person, not CGI or drawn animation. No, Tom Selleck, who is your correct answer, shows up in the movie.
Lucille is married to Bud and your dad Cornelius is their son. What does Cornelius look like?
Tom Selleck.
Okay, Cornelius is married to Fanny.
Here comes the 400-point clue from Genie's friends. Someone hail a cab and watch Genie become this famous fella.
Excuse me? Are you looking at me? Did you rub my lamp?
Robin Williams puts on his Brooklyn accent to try to impersonate Robert De Niro.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Here comes your 400-pointer from Dinosaur The Ride. After first appearing as part of an attraction at Epcot, this guy provided the narration for guests while they waited in the dinosaur queue. Well, he was already killed off once when Cosmic Rewind took out Ellen's energy adventure. Now, it's happening to the poor guy again with Indiana Jones taking out Dinosaur. The correct answer is Bill Nye, the science guy.
Hey everybody, it's me again, Bill Nye the Science Guy. You ever hear of paleontologists? They're science guys and gals too.
Final clue of the 400s is another punchline. Now, as you can see, there are 3 characters listed on the clue here. You just need to name the 2 involved in the punch. Hello, you must be Mrs. She was helping me to escape. No, that's what I was doing. Let go of me. Let go, you lousy, lying, unfaithful creep. Hey, nothing wrong with that. That's just a good, clean, healthy dialogue between a married couple and another woman. Correct answer here is Helen and Mirage.
Hello. You must be Mrs.
She was helping me to escape.
No, that's what I was doing. Let go of me. Let go, you lousy, lying, unfaithful creep.
I love seeing your scores in the comments, if you're honest. You know who you are, you guys inflating your scores. Yeah, I see you guys. But I love seeing your honest scores in the comments. Let me know if this game was harder or easier than normal. Here's the 600 pointers. It's Emperor's New Groove again. While dining at Mudka's Meat Hut, Pacha tells the waitress that he and Cusco are celebrating this. Is there anything more romantic than Mudka's Meat Hut? I don't think so. And that's why they spent their honeymoon there.
We'll have 2 specials. Is that all right, dear?
Oh, whatever you say, Pumpkin. You know what I like.
We're on our honeymoon.
Bless you for coming out in public.
Here's Name the Face for the 3rd time. This actress will have voiced Jessie in 4 different theatrically released Toy Story movies when the 5th one comes out this summer. Jessie is voiced by the one and only Joan Cusack.
She's such a tom girl, so she fits into boy world really easily, and he's just like this fun, different kind of guy.
Halfway point of the game brings us to another one of Genie's friends. You may see muscles, but I see a Golden State politician in this Genie transformation.
Ever impressive.
That is the former governor of California. The correct answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here comes your 3rd clue from Dinosaur The Ride. It's worth 6. The type of dinosaur Dr. Seeker wants you to bring back on your trans-dimensional joyride. His name is Aladar. He is the main character from the film Dinosaur, and he happens to be an iguanodon. Final clue of the 600s belongs to punchlines. No, ma'am. The arcade is depending on us. Now do your duty. That's in order. What we have here is someone sacrificing themselves for the greater good in Wreck-It Ralph. Now, granted, that person can just fix themselves immediately. The answer brings us 2 people who eventually get married. It's Calhoun punching Felix.
No, ma'am! The arcade is depending on us. Now do your duty. That's an order. It's working. Hit me again.
Ooh, your eye.
I can fix it.
If you are now beginning to struggle, brace yourselves because here comes the hot 800-point round. It's Emperor's New Groove first. The last animal Cusco transforms into before turning back into a llama near the film's conclusion. The correct answer is a whale.
Open up!
Yay, I'm a llama again! Wait.
Here's Name the Face for 800 points. Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites ever. Even with Gargoyles, Halo, and Call of Duty under his belt, this man's most famous voice work might be as the Shadow Man down in New Orleans. A tip of the hat from this man, the Shadow Man, Dr. Facilier. Man, he's the best. It's Keith David.
I got friends on the other side.
And then the door slowly swings open.
That's an echo, gentlemen. Just a little something we have here in Louisiana. A little parlor trick, don't worry.
I love that. A little parlor trick. All right, we're moving on now to another one of Genie's friends. From one legendary comedian to another, watch Robin Williams turn Genie into this comedic pioneer.
No substitutions, exchanges, or refund.
He's got the signature eyebrows. No, it's not Eugene Levy, but instead Groucho Marx.
This lady is my wife. You should be ashamed.
If this lady is your wife, you should be ashamed.
Here comes Dinosaur The Ride for 800 points. The adjective Dr. Marsh uses to describe the exhibits you walk through before getting to the pre-show. Well, in the words of Dr. Marsh, I hope you enjoyed them. Those exhibits in the wing. If I could use one word to describe them, I guess I would use quaint. Final clue before the 1000s belongs to another punchline. Your dad, he's a fun guy, right? So maybe you could put in a word with him and he'd kind of blow this whole thing off, you know? Spoiler alert, he didn't put in a good word with his dad. The correct answer here is Hercules, punching Hades.
Your dad, he's a fun guy, right? So maybe you could put in a word with him and he'd kind of blow this whole thing off, you know?
Just like that, 20 clues are down and 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack infused unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000 point round. This 1,000 point round is presented by the Hello Bell t-shirt that you can scoop up on DisneyJeopardy.com. Visit the Bunny Eclipse shop. We've also got the Wanted t-shirt, Fast Pass t-shirt, a couple mugs, and yes, 0 bothers given. That's how many bothers you'll have to give after you go 0 for 5 in this 1,000 point round. Let's do it. It's Emperor's New Groove. Kronk tells the royal dresser that he's a hard guy to dress because these are his measurements. Some people look up to the aforementioned Arnold Schwarzenegger when they're working out in the gym. Not me, no. I look up at Kronk because he wears a 66 long jacket. That means he's kind of jacked up top. He's only got a 31 waist.
Look, the royal dresser's here.
Kronk.
I should tell you right now, I'm kind of hard to fit.
Kronk?
I wear a 66 long and a 31 waist.
All right, let's move on. Let's name the face for the final time. Better Call Winston. This actor voiced Winston in 2018's Incredibles 2. If you got this right, you are a good man. Good man, good woman. If you get it, you get it. The correct answer here is Bob Odenkirk.
Here's what you gotta look forward to in Incredibles 2, a really good time.
We need to change people's perceptions about superheroes, and Elastigirl is our best play.
We're on to Genie's friends for the final time. Here's Genie's transformation into a king of late night television.
Right here, direct from the lamp, right here for your very much wish fulfillment.
Correct answer here is Ed Sullivan.
Here from his Dangerfield nightclub is Rodney Dangerfield.
All right, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. It's Dinosaur The Ride for the final time. At the end of the attraction, the ride shows a TV with Aladar roaming the halls of the Dino Institute. The ride was originally supposed to end the special effect that was first used as part of this other legendary attraction. If you go into your memory bank or just onto a random POV of Dinosaur on YouTube, you might recall that the ride does end with you looking at a television that sees Aladar roaming the halls. Why is that TV there? Well, it's sitting in front of a mirror because the TV replaced the effect that was going to be from the Haunted Mansion, where the hitchhiking ghosts board your vehicle. Well, Aladar was supposed to board your vehicle. You'd see him in the mirror reflection and get off the ride. Obviously, it didn't work out, so instead Disney just put up a TV and showed that he was in the halls already. So, not as cool as if it would have worked, but the correct answer is the Haunted Mansion. All right, it's time for the final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy. It belongs to punchlines. You okay? You all right? Good. That's for going back on your promise. You already got 5 Emperor's New Groove clues today. Might as well make it 6. Correct answer here is Pacha punching Cusco.
Bye-bye.
Are you okay? You all right?
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Good. That's for going back on your promise.
So there you go. 25 clues are down. 1 remains. Just so happens to be the most important clue of the game. Really, it is. You could have gone 25 for 25 thus far. And then if you wager it all and get this wrong, you get a big fat donut, a bagel, a 0, and most importantly, a week full of shame. Will that be the case? Well, first we need to find out what the Final Jeopardy category is. That means it's time to spin that wheel. It's the Final Jeopardy wheel spin. So let's get ready and spin it. Ka-chow! Oh yeah! All right. Round of applause for that one. I know I'm in the minority, but Cars is up there as one of my favorite PIXAR movies ever. It will be the focus of one of the 5 categories next week, but more importantly, it's the focus of Final Jeopardy. So make your wagers based on your knowledge of 2006's Cars. What will this Cars clue be about? Well, it's about an actor who voiced one of the vehicles in the film. Let's see how well you know the cast. Here it comes. Known for a stand-up career that spanned 5 decades, this comedian swapped modes of transportation when he went from voicing different trains in the 80s and 90s to voicing a character in Cars in 2006. Good luck. And time is up. This man was arguably the most famous comedian, I would say. One of the most famous comedians of the second half of last century. He voiced the characters and narrator in Thomas and Friends, Thomas the Tank Engine back in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, this comedian went on to voice Fillmore in Cars. Who was the voice of Fillmore in the original one? None other than George Carlin.
Wow, this organic fuel is great. Why haven't I heard about it before?
It's a conspiracy, man. The oil company's got a grip on the government. They're feeding us a bunch of lies, man.
That does it for episode 156 of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so very much for watching. Bunny Eclipse, the executive producer of Disney Jeopardy, thanks you for watching as well. Bunny, you want to wave? There you go. Good wave, good wave. She says, hey Club DJ members, it's your time to shine. Go vote in the poll right now to determine what will join Cars in next week's episode 157. If you have a picture of your beloved sidekick or pet, both I and Bunny would love to see them. So send me a message on Instagram to get them featured in next week's episode. Now, you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe, click that bell icon. Hello, bell. See that, Bunny? It's like the shirt. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. Bunny and I, thank you so very much for watching. We hope you'll join next week for episode 157. And now, I have to go give her a bone. Never fails. Till next time.
Bye-bye.